Hello, I'm Dr. Tony Jimenez. I'm the founder and chief medical officer of Hope4Cancer Treatment Centers. Today we're here with Candelaria, our nutritionist at the Cancun Treatment Centers. Welcome, Candelaria.
Thank you very much, doctor.
Thank you. So tell us a little bit background on your education, Candelaria.
Well, I studied my nutrition degree in Cordoba, Argentina. When I started there, I just 2004 I got my degree, and then I moved to Mexico, where I of course did the regular or conventional nutritional work, but then I started working in a functional medicine clinic back in 2012. And then is when I started my career in more orientated to the functional medicine or integrated medicine, integrated nutrition. I came straight from Argentina to live here to Cancun. So my first job opportunity in this type of nutrition or integrated medicine nutrition, I always talk about medicine-nutrition. It was here in Cancun in a clinic that we were basically doing more wellness, but it was all about also functional medicine. Mm-hmm. So there's when I started my career in this in a specific.
So what are the main differences between the nutrition that you were taught in school and when you went to functional medicine nutrition?
A huge difference. Mm-hmm. Huge difference because the focus when we do nutrition in the university mainly is orientated to treat patients, of course, with diabetes or overweight patients, or maybe fatty liver, patients with fatty liver. But from another point of view, the idea is just to it's the same problem that doctors and that patients also have with traditional medicine in any type of area. Is that when I was in the university, they didn't taught me to see the patient as a whole thing. So we were treating a symptom. We were treating diabetes. We were treating hypertension, mm-hmm. fatty liver, but not in an integrated way. So the way that nutrients work upon healing a condition or a disease, when you know how to treat the patient, the whole body is totally different. I basically, when I started working in integrated medicine or functional medicine, I basically learned how to treat or how to heal a patient from a disease with or through the nutrition. It's a different tool, completely mm-hmm. different tool.
At that time, were you seeing cancer patients or more wellness patients, you said, right?
When I started with integrated medicine or functional medicine here in Cancun, I was seeing mainly wellness patients. Mm-hmm. I mean, patients that were basically trying to prevent a future disease. They mm-hmm. were just looking these new options about doing IVs or colon therapy and even neurofeedback. Because at that time we used neurofeedback in the clinic. So all the things were addressed mainly upon preventive purposes.
Mm-hmm. So we did our due diligence here in Cancun, and we found you, mm-hmm. and we called you to see if you were interested in joining the Hope4Cancer Treatment Center team. What attracted you to maybe a little bit of a shift, because now it's not wellness, it's one of the more severe conditions mm-hmm. in medicine known as cancer. And what attracted you, what gave you that desire to work in oncology and maybe a little shift in your thought process in nutrition?
Well, I knew you before you knew me, that's for sure. I knew about this clinic here, the existence of Hope4Cancer, since I stopped working in the other clinic. And I always wanted to work with you because I have a very special motivation about cancer. My mom passed away from cancer 23 years ago, and she went through conventional treatment. She did, at that moment, the only options. And also, I come from Argentina. It's a South American country where the options are limited in terms of functional medicine. So she went through chemo, she went through radiotherapy, and of course nutrition was out of the question basically, right? So when I knew about Hope and how nutrition was so important as a part of the healing, like one of the 7 key principles, I thought, okay, I need to work here and be able to spread the word with patients, to share my knowledge in terms of functional medicine, to be able to kind of give this opportunity to patients in terms, well, at least from nutrition, right? But there's a lot involved besides nutrition, but from nutrition at least in my area, to let them know that they have an opportunity. Besides whatever they can do as a treatment or supplements, even we always talked about that we do integrative. So even if they need to do a combined treatment, nutrition is still very important.
Yes.
So that was my main motivation. My history, my personal history, brought me a lot of joy.
When did you know that you wanted to be a nutritionist, and why? Why was that something that you felt drawn to?
Well, I was always into nutrition. When I was a teenager, my friends were all like going out and partying, and I was always in the gym, like looking what I was eating. For me, it was always important, that area, that part of the health, like a healthy lifestyle, always attracted me, right? So when I had to decide what to study, I thought, okay, I like a lot of medicine, but maybe I want something that is more towards nutrition. So I find the perfect combination. Like, because of course right now even more, because what we do in functional medicine, the nutrition role, I mean the dietitian role in integrative medicine is even more into medicine, more clinical, because we also look after supplements, and we are all into science. And when you do traditional nutrition, you are not really going deeper on that areas.
What's the difference between, you mentioned dietitian and nutritionist. Is there a difference between a dietitian? Because I know that a lot of cancer hospitals in the world, the patients see a dietitian. But when they come here, you see that what they're basically doing is, if there's a vitamin deficiency, they're giving that vitamin.
Yeah.
If there's, for the most part, that's what it's about, taking care of deficiency. Is there a difference between a nutritionist and a dietitian?
I do think there is a terminology or term difference, because honestly, if we look after what is a licensed dietitian in US, that is where, actually in Argentina we don't call the nutritionist dietitians. It's a kind of an old term, because dietitian comes from diet, and we are looking after calling the diet's nutritional plans, which it sounds very different, right? Diet is like linked to restriction. So I think that there's a terminology difference, but not necessarily a way of action difference. Again, I do think that the main difference is between doing integrative nutrition with like conventional nutrition. It's like the same with the doctors.
Okay. Where do you see nutritional oncology? I'm not sure if that's a phrase or a word, but I like it, so I'm saying it. Nutritional oncology. Where do you see that going in the next 5 years or so? What more do you, as the nutritionist at Hope4Cancer, need to help provide an optimal or maybe a more improved nutritional plan to our cancer patients?
Well, I do see it as a very important tool for any type of cancer treatment. Even for sure, here is one of our 7 key principles. That's for sure. But even if you don't come here to Hope4Cancer, any type of conventional treatment should be combined with nutrition. We were talking about this, like combined treatments. So I hope I see the nutritional oncology even in a better place where it is right now.
Very important. More awareness, better recommendations, and nutrition, according to the American Cancer Society on their website, is there to help the patients tolerate the conventional treatments more. But as we know, nutrition is a therapy in itself.
Exactly.
Can you speak a little bit to this? Because the father of medicine said, let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food. Nutrition is a therapy. It's not just to help you, eat more calories so that you can tolerate the chemotherapy more and so forth. So it's a different mindset, isn't it?
Yeah, sure. And yes, and nutrition, as you correctly mentioned, is a treatment itself, because you can actually, if you are undergoing healing treatment for cancer, or if you even want to prevent cancer in the future, or you're not right now, maybe after surgery, you don't have any evidence of disease, how they call it. In any scenario, nutrition can be a kind of a very big tool to avoid any type of cancer cells to thrive. I mean, the way that you provide an environment in your body where cancer cells cannot thrive is through nutrition. Okay?
Okay, well, thank you so much, Candelaria. We could talk for many hours, right?
Yeah.
The fundamental point here is that nutrition is a therapy. It's one of the 7 key principles to cancer therapy, and all of you will have several nutritional consultations when you're here. Candelaria will put together a personalized and individualized treatment plan for you. And we see so many changes when patients come back either to our Tijuana treatment center or here at Cancun. When they come back after their initial stay, they've adhered to the nutrition program, and we just see patients that are healthier, they're happier, and you could eat healthy, and it could be delicious, and it could be fun. So decrease your stress on eating and enjoy every meal. Thank you, Candelaria.
Well, thank you. Thank you, everyone watching there, and thank you, Dr. Nick, for having me always here. I'm happy. I'm very happy. Thank you.